Okie dokie. So I've decided we're gonna take a break from Sagittarius Shorty for a little bit. And instead, we're gonna be moving on to, yet again, another alcoholic locale who is probably gonna die within the next 5 years or so. I really gotta find better tards other than alcoholics to bully for this channel, I swear. Anyway, the video we're about to watch today, this is, by far at least, one of, if not the oldest videos that Aydin Paladin has made. This video came out in 2013. It's a little over 7 years old. Like I said, this is one of the oldest videos Aydin Paladin made. This was the pilot, I suppose, and only episode of Aydin Paladin's attempt to be a comic book review YouTuber. And why did this fucking fail? Well, you're about to find out. So let's get into this bad boy again.
The only show on YouTube that combines comic books with copious amounts of alcohol. Today's episode, we're going to talk about low fantasy comics for our little maiden voyage here. So, along with that, I have created the Lowball Fantasy, which is a lowball-based drink with a fantasy twist. Now, if you're just here for the cocktail recipe, you can go ahead and click, let's say here.
Okay, listen here. If you guys are just interested in for the cocktail recipe, and you're not interested at all as to what the fuck I have to say, you can click over here. You can just fucking click here if you want the fucking recipe. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy the fucking show.
And go ahead and just skip to the drink recipe, which is going to be at the end. So, if you just want to go ahead and skip it so you can make sure to start drinking before this experience, then go ahead and click.
Listen, I'm going to be the first one to say it. I highly recommend you guys get fucking drunk off your ass before you fucking watch this video. Okay, granted, you can watch it sober. But where's the fun in that? You know what? Why should you watch my fucking video, sober? When you can fucking watch my video drunk off your ass. I mean, I'm doing this video drunk off my ass. And I'm always doing my videos drunk off my ass, so... you don't want to drink along with me? Let's get fucking wasted, boy.
And if not, then you can just wait till the end, till after I've discussed all the things I want to discuss. And then have a drink then. Wash it down. Wash it away. Anyway, so let's get started. So as I said, today's episode is all about low fantasy. And one of the more popular sort of low fantasy series lately that I'm certainly a fan of is, it's a good series. It's been very popular. Very, very popular. It's had some different adaptations, different spin-off sort of series. Been all around lately. Oh, right. It's A Song of Ice and Fire, otherwise known as A Game of Thrones. So, today, Game of Thrones is kind of going to be our general jumping off point, since it tends to be the one people really kind of know the best. And I already spilled my drink. Now,
We are a minute and 56 seconds into this 16-minute and 13-second video. And already Aydin Paladin has spilled her drink all over her. It takes someone like Ethan Ralph longer than just a minute and 56 seconds to start spilling his drink all over the goddamn place. Let's continue.
I have to say, my favorite thing about Game of Thrones, it's not watching the show so much as it is watching the reactions of people watching the show who haven't read the books.
What's wrong with people watching the show and not reading the books? If you read the Game of Thrones books, then you watch the fucking TV show, won't that spoil the fucking... You know, if you read the Game of Thrones books, you're more or less just spoiling yourself for what's gonna, happen on TV. What you're gonna watch on TV. And besides, if anything, it could be the opposite. If people watch the TV show and they get hooked onto said TV show, maybe they want to read the books then. Why are you gonna be such a cunt, Aydin?
Because that's just... Anyway, so let's just... because... Let's go on, because, you see, the thing about Game of...
You see, if it's a thing, and the sing a song, and go the name, and the thing, about the dragon titties, made on
Thrones is that it really doesn't have the best writing. Fat pink masks, Dany's loose shits, everything about A Dance with Dragons. We're gonna start out with some news that's just all, newsy.
We're gonna start out with some news, because it's all newsy, and newsy, and burp.
And the news this week is that at NYCC, Dark Horse announced that there's going to be a new Wadesman Witcher comic series coming out at Dark Horse. Now, Paul Tobin has been selected as the writer on this project, and at first I was like, And then I remembered that last year for Dark Horse, he wrote Colder, which was a very cool horror series. It was nice.
It was nice. I pissed my pants just now. Burp.
If you know what I mean. If you catch my drift. If you are understanding...
Bank! Demon! Bank! Demon! Bank!
My clever jape. I don't know if you guys know this, and even if you do, I'm gonna tell you anyway. But the
I'll give a shit, you fucking faggots know what it is I'm about to say. Burp. So you bitch, shut up, you little cock munchers, listen to me.
Witcher has already had 2 comic book adaptations. The first one being from the 90s, and then the second one just coming out a year or 2 ago. But both really only in Poland, which is great if you live in Poland, but I don't really speak Polish, so I have no way of reading them. And of course, correct me if I'm wrong, I have no idea if you can find these in English, but I've never found them. And feel free to yell at me in the comments if I'm completely wrong on that.
Just don't yell at Aydin Paladin too hard, otherwise she'll cry and she'll claim that you're not only trying to dox her, but you're trying to fuck with Dr. Layman and threaten to quit the internet.
So, I'm excited. It's the first Witcher comic I really get to read. This is gonna be great. And then, next year, also, the next book in the Witcher Saga is supposed to finally come out and get a translation. Of course, on top of that, CD Projekt Red is going to be releasing The Witcher 3 sometime next year as well. So, I guess you could say that 2014 is going to be the year of the witch. Now, since I started out...
It truly does boggle my mind that this failed. Why did this fail? I don't know. It truly boggles the mind. It makes me question everything. How did this fail? Why did it fail? Just why? Because, we're already 4 minutes and 31 seconds into this 16-minute and 13-second video. And I'm trying to figure out just why this fucking failed. It truly amazes me.
This episode...
Who knows, maybe Aydin Paladin will bring this back one day. Who knows?
Talking about a Game of Thrones, I have to mention that there is actually a Game of Thrones comic. It's written by Daniel Anderson and drawn by Tommy Patterson. And you know what? It's not great. It's not great. It's okay. It's not great. It's not great.
It's not great.
If you really want more Game of Thrones, go ahead and check it out. But my main problem here is the art's just kind of...
Shit?
How should I put it?
Shit.
I can't do it. I can't. So next up is one of my favorite Image comics from ye old 90s era. Age of Bronze, written by Eric Shanor and illustrated by him as well. It's mostly about Troy. Not that one. No, not that one. Though I do love Troy Baker. He's a cool dude. I should mention, though, that it comes out at an extremely slow pace, and it's difficult for me to follow any type of series that comes out slower than Berserk, but I have to say, it's really worth reading Age of Bronze. So if you want to get your geek, Greek, mythology, legendary fix, go ahead and read it, and use them to fill the span of time until Kieran Gillen's 3 comes out at Image later this year. Then... cry yourself to sleep, as you realize that 3 is going to drop and end a decade before Age of Bronze even gets close to finishing its storyline. Next up, we've got another favorite of mine, which comes from Vertigo this time, and from Brian Wood, and that is Northlanders. Northlanders is a great series. It's all about Vikings. Vikings doing Vikingly things. All types of Viking-ish shenanigans. And by Viking shenanigans, I mean raping and pillaging. There's a lot of raping and pillaging. Unfortunately, it was cancelled a few years ago, but it ended on a high note with the Icelandic trilogy that I personally really enjoyed, because you know the way that some people who enjoy anime are...
Anime? What the fuck's an anime? Is that another word for anime? Is it kind of like potato? Tomato? Berenstein? Is that it? Or is Aydin Paladin so drunk she's mixing up words? I think it's the latter.
About Japan, the weeaboo, the otaku. That's how I am about Iceland, alright? To all my viewers in Iceland. Svefnokvin min fuller.
Imagine for a moment you are from Iceland, and this is the year 2013, and you're watching this dumb American broad say something in your native language in a pretty shitty way. Like you're just fucking sitting at home in your fucking igloo there and just fucking watching the Aydin Paladin here. To all my Icelandic fans out there. How soon would you want to burn an Icelandic flag? I sure shit would.
People in Iceland will understand.
Well, what about the rest of us, you fucking moron?
But hey, wait, can I make an aside about Iceland for a second? Now, it's a trap.
What?
It's a trick.
What?
They tricked you into thinking it was some kind of Arctic wasteland, when really it's a paradise?
What?
God damn it, look at this shit.
Okay, first off, Aydin Paladin is 23 years old, at least when this video came out. And Aydin Paladin was dumbfounded that Iceland isn't a land full of ice. You know, and now that I think of it, what the fuck's all that white stuff on the mountain there, Aydin? Jizz? I don't think so.
Beautiful.
Back! Back, demon! Back! Back! You will not eat my soul! You will not rape my dogs! Back, demon! Back! Back! Back, creature! Back!
So, Northlanders is great. It's also extremely violent. And the only real reason I say that is because I've heard the overtop violence of Northlanders as a criticism of the series. It doesn't bother me because I like Vikings.
I fucking like Vikings. I especially like it when they rape and pillage a bunch of fucking people. It really gets me fucking wet. Okay, sure, granted, I'm into Shotokan, but I'm telling you guys right now, okay, the minute me and Dr. Lehman, we get married, okay, you wanna know, on our wedding night, I'm gonna have him dress up as a Viking, and I'm gonna have him rape and pillage me so hard.
And also, if you're into that sort of extreme violence, but kind of want it to be interspersed with some more daily Viking activities when they're not raping and pillaging, then check out Vinland Saga by Makoto Yukimura. There's the name, Makoto Yukimura. It also has some other less violent aspects, like farming. If you're interested in that plot, and I would say check Vinland Saga out.
I don't give a shit about that. Okay, when I read my fucking Viking comic books, I'm horny. And I want to squirt out like a waterfall. So if every other page does involve Vikings raping and pillaging shit, my fucking pussy's gonna be drier than the Sahara Desert. So I hope you're fucking listening there, comic book people. I want to get horny. You want to make money. Start making more fucking comic books with nothing but Vikings raping and pillaging shit. And I think I'll buy 300 copies of it.
It's really good, but if you're interested, go ahead and look at it, or wait, because it's looking like it's going to get an animated series, and anyway, pretty soon. I know where we were. European comics, that's where we're at now. I just realized that being a comic book show, I should probably meet some type of Marvel and DC quota. I haven't talked about a single Marvel or DC series. Batman, Spider-Man, Avengers. I think we're done. It's over. Alright, that's enough Marvel. DC, good. Alright, European comics. Oui, bonjour.
What the fuck am I looking at right now? Where did this hat come from? Where did the fucking wine come from? Where? Did the wine come before the low ball fantasy? Or did the low ball fantasy come before the wine? I already know this woman's an alcoholic, but Jesus, Aydin. Also, I wonder whatever happened to the hat. To my knowledge, at least, I think Aydin Paladin still has that fucking lion tank top thingy there. But what the fuck ever happened to that hat? Does Aydin Paladin still have that hat? We must know. I want to know now, damn it. What the fuck happened to that hat?
Willkommen to bande dessinée consommation d'alcool.
Imagine for a moment you're in 2013's France. And you're watching this dumb American bimbo attempt to say something in your native language. How sooner would you burn the nearest French flag? No, I sure would. Then again, I'd probably burn a French flag anyway, because, I am fucking French.
Anyone think that how hard I just bastardized that phrase?
Do you even know how to speak French, Aydin? Do you? I know you know how to speak Japanese. You also speak English. Do you even know how to speak French? Do you even know how to even speak Icelandic? Why are you saying words in different languages if you don't even know if you don't even speak the language? Just now.
So we're done. It's over. Nope, that's no good. It's over. Goodbye. Let's start out with Clay Throne, otherwise known as Le Throne des Argelais. I also have no idea if I pronounced that right.
Probably not.
Whatever, let's just run with it. So, Clay Throne by Nicholas Jarry, France Richmond, and Theo Konieczny is a really good French series that's about the Armagnac and Burgundian civil war that took place in France that really screwed France up. Not that it's hard to do.
What?
What? I'm not implying there's anything wrong with France or that their pussies in any way.
What a great idea for you to piss off your fucking French audience, Aydin. But seriously though, it still amazes me that this fucking flopped. I don't know why.
Would be my implication. I mean, they were going through the 100 Years' War. Of course the Civil War on top of it was going to screw them up. I would never make fun of France. And you know what? I shouldn't, because every comic I'm going to mention tonight, this European section is going to be from France.
That and you really don't want to piss off your French pay piggies?
Alright, so next on our list, we've got some comics from Francois Bourgeon, who has done some really amazing work, but I'm going to start with Passengers of the Wind. It's a good series, though, with great art. It's from the 80s, and just an excellent example of European comics, and especially comics from the 80s. So definitely check out Passengers with the Wind. And then if you enjoyed that, you should kind of check out Francois Bourgeon's other series, including Twilight Companions and the Cyan Saga. Some more good Euro comics for you. So next up, we've got Alan the Tanner, by Wilfred Lupano and Virginie Augustine. Alan the Tanner is a really fun series in terms of its art style, not as much maybe in the plot. It's fun.
You know what? I've been listening to this background music that Aydin Paladin has been playing throughout the entirety of this video, throughout the 11 minutes and 47 seconds this video has actually been running. And I can't help but honestly wonder if Aydin Paladin is using copyrighted music. Maybe that's the reason why Red Wednesdays fell flat on his ass. Besides other reasons, naturally. But, maybe the reason this whole Red Wednesday shit didn't really kick off was because Aydin Paladin was constantly getting copyright strikes on the music she was using. And she said, fuck it, I'll do something else. Maybe that's why, who knows.
Fun too, but it's got this neato, Lilo and Stitch, colorful art style that I just love, and it's a good comic. Everything I'm talking about is good. This is terrible. What am I gonna do? I mean, alright, here, let me rate this one. I'm gonna give it one thumb up. Only because I've got a drink in this hand, I can't give it two. Alan the Tanner. So last but certainly not least on our little list here today, is Swords of Glass. Swords of Glass is by Sylvian Courgier and Laura Zuccari. And again, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing those names
Probably not.
correctly. Swords of Glass is a fun series. Why do I keep saying fun? Swords of Glass is an interesting series and somewhat tragic in that the main girl character loses her family, they're killed in front of her
Were her parents raped and pillaged by Vikings? Probably.
face, and there's all these like badass meteors with glass swords in them falling from space. It's just cool. It's neat and it's tragic and it's great. I love it. And I wish there was more of it translated, but there isn't. So it's basically like if you know Game of
So, you sure the parents weren't raped and pillaged by Vikings now? You sure it was these fucking androids that spit swords out of their asses?
Thrones. It's like, what if Arya was trained in swordsmanship by Mel Gibson? Yeah, this guy is Mel Gibson. Disregarding that.
I have nothing. I truly do have nothing. But what can I say in response to that? Yay! Let's get Mel Gibson. Just what? You can't!
It's still a great comic, and you should totally check it out. There's only 2 translated volumes.
Well, unfortunately, I will never check it out because European comics are gay.
But I love Swords of Glass, and it's so good. So, that concludes all the series I wanted to talk about today. So I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Wrecked Wednesday.
First and only episode, Aydin.
And continue to watch it in the future. But before we go, let me show you how to make the drink that I've been consuming over the course of this episode.
Okay.
It's good. Alright, so here's what I'm drinking tonight. So, what we're gonna have here is a lowball fantasy cocktail.
Okie dokie, so in order for you to have your lowball fantasy, the first thing you are going to need is a cup. And then you are going to need to put ice into the cup. Yes, very interesting.
Go along with our theme of the day. So, first of all, I've gone ahead and filled up this glass with some ice. You're going to need ice in a lowball glass, of course, to go along with the lowball theme. Now you're going to have 4 different ingredients here. First of all, you're going to have some drambuie.
Okay, so first up, you need a cup. Second ingredient, you need ice. Third ingredient, you need drambuie. What the fuck's a drambuie?
1 part drambuie.
Okay, what's next?
1 part Scotch whiskey.
Okay, some scotch. Lord knows I could use some right now after watching this.
A little lime juice, just a dash.
Okay, some lime juice.
And just a tiny bit of blue curacao for a little fancy touch.
Blue curacao? What the fuck is that?
Pour it in slow. So it won't
Looks like fucking food dye.
And you get a nice little layered effect there on your drink.
Back, demon!
Wait, it's not.
Back! Back, demon! Back! Back, demon! Back! 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 Don't raid my dogs! Back! Back, demon! Back!
Forget. Finish your drink off with a lime twist. So there you have it. A rusty nail with a fancy twist. You get it? Did you get it?
No.
That's the shit. It's got a lime twist in it. Blue curacao. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this first episode of Wednesday. And I will Are you doing the NYC So if you like this, go ahead and subscribe and like, and go to my page and you can check out the blog for the full recipe and anything else you didn't catch it. You just rewind, but you know, go to the blog anyway. I will be around next week. Thank you. Chilling with the bad chick, staring straight in the mirror. I'm a bad mother, shut your mouth. And I'm waiting on lot 49 to come out. With some money in my pocket and some time on my hands. When I flick the lighter, watch the universe expand. And I'm cruising in a Land Cruiser that floats on the air. And I'm flying in a helicopter. Enemies unaware that they lost today when they won't.
So that was the first and only episode of Wrecked Wednesdays, the oldest video Aydin Paladin has ever produced. Well, I hope you found that, interesting. Anyway, I will be seeing you guys with probably another Sagittarius shoddy video.